Okay, now I am taking up session 2 on the unit 1 in advanced corporate accounting, that is redemption of preference shares. The topic covered is steps in accounting for the redemption of preference shares. So in the course of redemption of preference shares, the company has to take up various steps. So I will be discussing one after the other. First one is the company has to ensure that the preference shares which are to be redeemed are fully paid. So if there is any calls which are unpaid, so that has to be the company has to take steps to make the call, receive the money, and then is that they have to go for the redemption of the preference shares. So going by what I said, if calls are not made, the company has to pass the journal entry for making the call. So the journal entry for making the call is preference shares final call account data to the preference share capital. So this is where you make the call, which is not made or which is not paid by the preference shareholders. So after having made the call, the shareholders do make the payment. So such a case, bank account data to preference shares final call account. So this is where the shareholders have responded and they have made the payment. Sometimes calls might not be responded. In such a case, you will have to forfeit the shares. Forfeiture of shares means the cancellation of the shares of a defaulting shareholder as a penalty for non-payment of calls made by the company. So in such a case, what we need to do is we have to whatever is the amount that is already been paid by the preference shareholders, which is there in the balance sheet, that should be transferred to forfeited shares account. So preference share capital account data with the face value. Say, for example, if the company is having 10,000 preference shares of 10 rupees each, then 1 lakh will be the preference share capital, and forfeited shares if they have already paid 80,000. So this is a hypothetical case that I'm taking. 80,000, 20,000 is the final call that they have made, and the one which is not paid by the preference shareholders. So this is a hypothetical case that I discussed. So going on further, sometimes you have to reissue the shares which are unpaid, is it not? So in such a case, what you do is bank account data, that is amount that they receive on the reissue of the shares, forfeited shares account. So you already could have transferred the amount to the forfeited shares account, whatever the previous preference shareholders have already paid, right? So that will be taken up, amount on loss of reissue, and that shall be credited to preference share capital account. So this is how reissue is taken care of. So any balance which is there in the forfeited shares account will be transferred either to the goodwill account or capital reserve. So if you have surplus, it will get transferred to capital reserve account, and that will appear under the reserves and surplus. If it is having insufficient balance to make good, then that shall be transferred to goodwill account. So when you have a credit balance, the journal entry is forfeited shares account data to capital redemption reserve or the capital reserve account. So as I said, if you have a debit balance in the forfeited shares account, then share goodwill account data to forfeited shares account. So if there are any calls in arrears, then bank account data to the calls in arrears account. So now you have to go with the second step. So you have to make the entries for showing the preference share capital due. Okay, so share capital account data to preference shareholders. So when they are redeemed at par, okay, so as I've discussed in the theory, the preference shares can be either redeemed at par or the premium. They can never be redeemed at discount. So when they have redeemed at the face value, then preference share capital account data to the preference shareholders account. If they are redeemed at premium, sometimes the company might redeem the preference shares over and above the face value which is standing to their credit in the P&L account, balance sheet account. So balance sheet, then in such a case, preference share capital account data, premium on redemption of preference shares account data to preference shareholders. So this is what is the entry. So here, this is what we will have to add up. So going on further, you'll have to make when there are fresh issue of shares. I told you that preference shares can be redeemed out of the fresh issue of, they can issue fresh issue of shares and make payment to the preference shareholders. In such a case, when the fresh issue is made at par, bank account debtor to the share capital. So this is what we do. It can be either the equity shares or the preference shares. As a case may be, you will go with the, taking that particular shares into consideration, you pass this entry. So if the fresh issue is made at premium, then bank account debtor, share capital account debtor to share capital and the securities premium. So one thing you should observe here that you cannot transfer the premium account to the share capital because the share capital cannot be disturbed. Okay, so any premium value which the company gets out of the issue of shares at premium, that should be transferred to a separate account, that is securities premium account, that appears in the reserves and surplus. If the fresh issue of shares is made at discount, so as I told, to make good the amount that is due to the repayment of the preference shares, then you might issue the shares at discount, right? So bank account debtor, then the discount on issue of shares account debtor to share capital. So, you in this particular case, when shares are issued at discount, you receive a lesser amount, is it not? So if the amount is 10 rupees, let us say the face value of the shares, if they are issued at 8 rupees, 2 rupees discount, so then you are receiving only 8 rupees and the 2 rupees which is discount shall be transferred to discount on issue of shares. So one more thing that the organization has to take care, or the company has to take care, is that it should ensure that there is sufficient funds for the redemption. So you have to make the payment, is it not? You have to ensure that if the company is making the payment of 2 lakhs of redemption of preference shares, if the redemption is to the tune of 2 lakhs, it should have sufficient cash at bank. So if it is not there, it can make good that particular amount by selling an asset that is there in the balance sheet. So you might sell an asset to make good the money that is due to the preference shareholders. So in such a case, the entry will be bank account debtor to concerned asset. So if the asset is sold at higher value than the book value, then bank account debtor to concerned asset account, and this is the profit and loss account. So we all know that whenever an asset is sold, it might be either there are 3 cases. It can be sold at its face value, or it can be at a higher value or at a lower value. So in this particular case, if it is sold at a higher value, the company tends to make profit, and that will get transferred to the P&L account. So the reverse of this is when an asset is sold at a value lesser than the book value, then the loss therefrom shall be transferred to the P&L account. So the journal entry concerning that is bank account debtor, P&L account debtor to concerned asset account. Next one is step 5. Step 5 is about showing the entry for the creation of capital redemption reserve account out of the divisible profits. So as I've already told you, the company will look into the divisible profits which is already having in the balance sheet. Okay, so reserves under the head reserves and surplus, and if need be, it will transfer some of the amount from that to capital redemption reserve account. So what are the divisible profits that the company can use to get to get it transferred to capital redemption reserve is the credit balance of the P&L appropriation account, reserve fund, or the general reserve, dividend equalization fund, sinking fund for redemption fund, so insurance fund, workman's compensation fund, workman's accident fund, investment fluctuation reserve, taxation reserve, or any other revenue reserve. For your reference, for the problems, I think you can take care of the first 2. So most probably these are the 2 things that appear in your balance sheet in your problems. I think you can keep a note of these 2 in particular. So you might get a theory question on this as well. So the following are, however, not the divisible profits, hence must not be used in the creation of the capital redemption reserve. First one is securities premium. Next one is profits prior to incorporation, development rebate reserve, capital reserve, and balance of forfeited shares account. So this is about the profits which cannot be used. Next is the transfer to capital redemption reserve must be to the extent of the pre-value of the preference shares being redeemed. Sorry. So sometimes what happens is you will have to take care of what is required. Okay. So you have to find out about the value at which it has got to be taken up from the divisible profits which are available, that shall be transferred to the capital redemption reserve. Next one is to provide for the premium on the redemption of preference shares, you have to take care of the securities premium account and the divisible profit. So you have to take amount from this, and then that shall get transferred to the premium on the redemption of preference shares account. So next one is showing entry for the payment of preference shareholders. So when the payment is made, the preference shareholders account to bank account. So you finally make the payment. So that will debit the receiver and the money gets transferred from the bank account. So you'll have to credit the bank account. Now showing the entry for the issue of bonus shares out of the capital redemption reserve. As I told, sometimes the company might resort to the issue of bonus shares. So in such a case, what we do is we will have to take the money from the capital redemption reserve account. So that shall be used. So capital redemption reserve account debtor to bonus to the equity shareholders account. And for transfer of bonus shares, bonus to the equity shareholders account debtor to equity share capital. So this is about the second session. Thank you.